Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new video in modeling, analysis and design of reinforced concrete structures. In the previous video, I explained to you the principles of how to mitigate or reduce the twisting in the structure. However, it is not really possible to totally eliminate the twisting in the structure unless you have a perfectly symmetric structure, but of course our structures in real life are far away from being symmetric, thanks of course to our dear architects. So since our structures are not symmetric, then of course I had some twisting. I explained to you how I would mitigate and eliminate the twisting. I know for a fact that I forgot to delete those columns. I will delete them later. I'll just keep them for now, because I will have to do one final twisting check once I finish everything that is related to the stiffness, and by that I mean the staircase. With that being said, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Opening the AutoCAD, and for some reason I lost AutoCAD on my computer, now it's Autodesk 3. Opening this, I can see that I have two staircases, one of them going counterclockwise, and there we go, and here this is also, both of them are going counterclockwise, and I have to model them. Now in modeling the staircases, I am not really that accurate, but I'm also not inaccurate. What I mean by that is that usually when I model the staircase, I am interested in modeling the two flights, and I am also interested in modeling the slab here. And I know sometimes in some staircases, this intermediate slab is not in the middle point of the height. I can see it is, but even if it is not, even for example, if I have unsymmetric flights, meaning that I have, for example, 20 or 12 stairs here and 8 stairs here, I would still assume them to be symmetric to basically make my modeling life easier. So okay, let me think about this very quickly. Now, this slab, this piece here, is being carried by the floor. This one is the intermediate one, so this must be carried somehow. It's not gonna fly in the air. And first of all, let me draw it flying in the air, despite me saying it's not gonna fly in the air. So how would I do that? That's pretty awkward. How would I do that? I might have to extend columns here. I think I said that before. I think I did. I think I decided that I might need to extend columns here. Now those two columns are really close. Can I just make one column? Like, I'm thinking now. This column, oh, this even looks misplaced. Like, look at that. This is just in the middle of the toilet. I think it makes more sense being here. So can I do it here? I need to check the other floors. I mean, here there is no problem. I don't need to check the other floors because at the staircase, for the love of God. So it's very easy to move it here. Okay, I think this is kind of misplaced. I think the architect messed up here. But of course, I cannot say that because I did not talk to him. In real life, in real teams, I would have to talk to him and ask him, hey, can I move this here? Since he's not here, I'm going to assume that he's saying yes. So, well, let me just move this column. Because two columns too close to each other is a waste of columns, and also would cause problems in the foundation. Something that we will include later in this series. So, okay, I selected the column. I think I will edit, move it, because I like to move it. Edit, move or copy, and oh, those are, let me just open and close. Okay, this is better. I'll move it this time, and I will move it in the vector from here to here. Wait, I misclicked, right? Okay, so I moved or copied it. I think now this makes more sense because I can use, wait, what? Oh, I see. Moving, oh my God, I have to Control Z this. But for those of you who doesn't know what happened, when I moved the columns, it also moved the beams with it, which is a disaster. So I have to undo it, and I have to redo it again. So how would I move it without moving the beams? Well, simply said, I cannot. So how will I achieve my mission? Well, that's even easier. I'll select to edit, move or copy, and I'll copy only. See? And then I will delete the original. So I'll copy only, and then I will just delete the original. It's as simple as that. Of course, I'm gonna copy 2 times, so this is number 1. I don't have a place to touch it here, so I will need to take a place that I can move. Let me just remove the section. There we go. I need to be very careful in selecting, and now I'll move here, and I think, there we go. I have my columns. Let's open the sections. This makes sense. Maybe I would change the sections of the columns later. I think this is too much. I have a bad feeling about that. But, well, let me just keep it for now. The reason why I have big columns, in case you have missed it, of course, I will only delete the circuit members. In case you missed why I have such big columns, I was explaining how to reduce twist, so I was giving some examples on how to change the column section. I think they might be a little bit large, but that's something for future me to worry about. Now, since I have columns, it doesn't make sense to have them like this flying, so I have to connect them somehow to the structure. So I would have a beam that is connecting it to the structure, or I can just rely on the staircase. I will leave it for now. Tell me in the comment section what you think. I think I should have extended the shear wall and put the beam in it, although it's gonna be a nightmare because you're gonna cast half of the shear wall. Nah, I think this is cleaner. I think this is cleaner. I even doubt that I need the shear wall here. That's something for future me to worry about when I have wind loads, because I don't have wind loads now, so I don't know exactly how many shear walls I need. But I am thinking that I could eliminate this shear wall. I need to think about it, I'm not sure. Anyway, now, as I said, this staircase is resting on beams, and here it's going to rest on the retaining wall. So I don't need a beam, because I could just rest it on the retaining wall. I could cast half of the retaining wall in reality, or I could rest it on a beam. Happens, it's up to you. But you need to design it, of course, and to have correct detailing. And detailing is an amazing science. Usually what happens is we make a beam that is 200 millimeter wide and 400 millimeter or 200 millimeter high. You see, I want to do this very quickly. I have a wall like this. This is the side view. So I'm looking at the wall from this side. So I have this wall, as you can see. And this wall has 2 columns on the sides, like this. This is column, and this is column. And of course, the wall is going to be done with brickwork. And typical bricks, depending on your country, and this is very important now, typical bricks in the region I'm working at is like 400 in the length and millimeters and 200 in the height millimeters, and the thickness is different. Let's focus on the height. Now, to be able to work cleanly here, when I make my beam, first of all, I told you I'm gonna make a simplified version of the beam, so it's gonna be in the middle. That's not my point, but at least when I want to select the height of the beam, I select the height of the beam to be multiples of 20, so that I don't have to put half bricks in the wall. That's the point number 1. Point number 2, I asked the architect to give me the slab to be on top of this beam if possible. I mean, if not possible, I can just break bricks, but that's what I usually do. I usually use the height to be multiples of the brick height. That's one thing. And the second thing is that the width, and here this is a must for me, like I try my best to have the width of the beam to be the same as the thickness of this block, because I want to hide the beam inside the wall. Or, I mean, if I design it to be a beam, then there is gonna be a sort of foamy or springy or spongy material being put between the blockwork and the beam, so that there is no load transfer between the beam and the blockwork. Because if you just put block and then cast the beam on top of it without any separation, then what happens is if the structure gets overloaded or something, you will have cracks in the bricks, because the bricks are not designed to carry the load of slabs, of staircases. Those are practical issues. I think that you might know what I'm talking about. Tell me if you need more details about that. This is like common mistakes that people do. I can refer to you some videos if you have interest in that, but for now, I think this is more enough. Speaking of which, I will go to reinforced concrete beam, I'll select me a beam, and I will make the beam to be 200 by 400, because why not? I could even make 200 by 300, but then I would have to have a brick of 100 millimeter laid flat. It's kind of cool building hack. What I'm saying is, I could have a beam which its height is 300 millimeter, and then of course, since it's 300 millimeter, I'm not gonna have full bricks. So what ends up happening is I put the bricks of the 200 millimeter height, that's the 200 millimeter depth, and then I select me a brick of 200 millimeter height and 100 millimeter depth, okay? So it's thinner. I rotate it and place it on top of here. So now you have this. In case you're wondering, you would have a brick like this on top of the brick of the 200, and then you would have 300 millimeters. That's what I see mason workers do. So that's what I have seen in my experience. Okay, never mind. You could ask the masons to see what they think about this. I would say 200 by 400. I just go with that. I'll add this, and now I will have to do this in every single center of the column. So I remove the section and start drawing, and of course this will take a lot of time, so enjoy. Okay, so what will happen now? I need a slab, that is the mid slab, so I'll go here and ask it to make me a shell. Now, of course, the shell thickness is not 300, it's 200 or sometimes even 180, depending on your design. And I will choose to be 200. Now, I don't think I need to reduce moment of inertia here. So I'll put here stairs. Maybe I'll just leave this reduction now. I'll just add that, close. And now I will select a contour. I can even select rectangle, but I will select a contour. Can I grab the middle point of the wall? I think I can. That would be amazing. That would, yeah, I think it saves time. So 1. There we go. 2. Let me untick removable slab. 3. 4. I think we're doing it good. 5. Okay. Now once again, I noted that I draw the first line to be parallel to the X because of the global local issue. So that's one of them. And now I need, oh my, how can I see this now? That's pretty hard to grab. I think this is this. I think I drew this, right? I think I drew this. So the only thing I need, yeah, I drew this. So the only thing I need to do is do this flight. So, okay, let me try that. That's gonna be an iffy thing. Now, to be honest, if I would work in a company, I would have drawn the staircase immediately. But because I'm doing video tutorials, I did not want to mix the idea of staircase and staircase load carrying in the mix. So that's why I'm kind of approaching it differently here. Now I'm unable to grab this point. I need to rotate a little bit. I'm trying to grab the middle point. There we go. Yep, that's that. Okay. So I have one flight of stairs, and I have this slabby, and then I have to do the second flight of stairs. So once again, remember, I'm drawing in a way that the first line is parallel to X. So let me just try to grab this correctly, and the first line is parallel to X. Okay, let me just grab this. What is this line? Okay, I'm freaking out. What's this line? What is this line? That's danger. That's danger right there. What's this line? Ah, okay, it's nothing. It's just the lower slab. I freaked out for nothing. Okay. But you see, this is how I model. Like everything I see, I immediately ask questions. Because one of the biggest mistakes you could do is to say, ah, I don't care, I will check about this later, and then it comes back to bite you. And you can even see me struggling to draw the staircase because I postponed the drawing for later. Now I had a teaching point of view to do that because I like to focus on one topic in each video. I think I misclicked. Did I misclick? I think I misclicked. So let's escape here very quickly. Okay, now I'm really worried. It should have closed. I did close. Okay, fine. It did close. Just because I'm paranoid, I'll just run an analysis to make sure everything is fine. I want to see it meshing. I should not have run the analysis. I could just run the mesher. I could just click here and run the mesher, but, well. Now, whatever the error is, I will accept. The only thing I'm worried about is I want to see that the mesh is meshing. And the mesher is going to hate me now. I don't see any errors, but I need to check the mesh if it meshed correctly or not. Okay, let's just close this thing. Okay, I think it meshed correctly. Let me see. Okay, it meshed this. It might be a cross mesh, but let's take a look. Yeah, on the side, you see this wall has felt the staircase, so it meshed accordingly. The other wall should have felt the staircase, so it should have meshed accordingly. Yes, it did. Okay, the mesh is working, so I'm fine. I'm happy. I think I am doing well. So good. So there was no need to be paranoid. I can just shut down the mesh and continue my work. Fine, fantastical. So what I will do now is I will try to edit, move, or copy it, because I think all the stories above this are 3 meters. I'm not sure. Well, it's only one way to find out. So I'll just copy this and select those 3 pieces. There is a beam I need to select, so I need to open the section first to facilitate the selection of the beam. There we go. And now I will edit, move, or copy it multiple times. I don't know. So let's go to edit, move, or copy. And I think the height was 3 meters. So let's copy it 5 or 10 times, because why not? Even more, maybe. Let's copy it 15 times. Once again, because why not? And I'll just select from here to here. Oh, 30 meter 50. Okay, that's not nice. Ah, I see. This is 3.5 and this is 3, so yeah. Game over, man. I can only move it one time, or copy it one time. So from here to here, no matter, I'll do it. Okay, this worked fine. And now I will have to copy it downwards, right? So I just copy that again. So from here all the way down to here, it should copy correctly. Yes, it did. And then from, I don't know, from here all the way down to here. Should be fine. I think it copied correctly. Now there's one thing I need to do in the final floor. In the final floor, there must be a support, because it's being supported by the raft foundation. So I select here, go to linear, go to pin, and support that thing. Okay, fantastic. Now, it's not done yet, so I'll have to do the same thing. Wait, did I mess up? No, I did not mess up. I have to do the same thing again. I can at least reuse some parts of it. I am surprised that the architect did not change the number of stairs, although the story height changed. This is I don't know, I'm not an architect, but it doesn't sound right. Because, like, if I go up, in some floors, I'm going up with each step being, I don't know, like 17 centimeters or something. And other floors, I'm going up with each step being 20 centimeters. This will cause accidents because humans are used to having the same height of stair in the staircase. You cannot just change the stair height between stories. But well, I am a civil engineer, I am no architect, so I don't know, I might be wrong. If you have colleagues in the architecture, just ask them this question. I'm really curious to know that. I have no idea. So I'll select at least those 2 things, because at least I can reuse those things. I'll go to edit, move, or copy. And I'll copy it one time. And this time I have no point to... Wait, why is there a point here? Did I delete something here? I don't know. Oh, this is the end. Yeah, this is the end of the column. So I'll go all the way up until the center of this story. There we go. I think that's right. 3.25y. Yeah, 1.25 plus 1.5. Yes. 1.75 plus 1.5. Yes. Okay, now I have to redraw the two flights because, well, the height has changed, so I cannot copy the previous flights. So I'll select floors again, I'll select shell. You can see where this is going. I mean, I will finish this staircase and then I will finish the other one off screen, but at least you need to see me do one. So there we go, that's shell. Because as I usually say, I want to show to you what I'm doing, but I also want to respect your time. And I made a mistake because I selected horizontal. It's not a horizontal slab. It's a contour in 3D. So once again, I will do only one staircase on camera, and the other one I will do off screen. Because yes, as I said before, I could make videos that are hours long, but what's the point of having videos that are hours long if there is not much to see? I mean, even now, you might think that, just get it over with. The reason why I am continuing to do this now is because maybe I find new things I want to say. For example, the problem of the different story height. Well, if I have done this off screen, you would never have seen it. So who knows, maybe I will stumble upon new things. Judging from my track record, that's usually what happens. I would be surprised if everything went smoothly today, but who knows? So let's just try and click the point and finish this thing. And see, I misclicked again, it's not closing. That's when I freak out, because I'm afraid that there is a mistake. That's odd. I think I can see the small error. So I hit the escape button, move again, and very carefully click on the point, hoping it closes. It did not it did close. Okay, good. Because if it doesn't close, this is immediately a red alert for me, because this means I'm drawing two nodes that are extremely close to each other, which would cause havoc when you perform the analysis, inconsistent meshes, and so on. Okay, now of course, I'm assuming that you know robot basics. If you don't, there is a link or link on the top right about the playlist I have. Also, I'm assuming you know everything about slabs. If you don't, there is another link that talks about slabs specifically. Okay, so I think I have this. So I will copy this now 10 times, because why not? So edit, move or copy. And I think the height was 10 meters or something, 15 or 3 meters, sorry. So let me just select from here to here. Yeah, 3 meters. So let's just click and it's copying. Because I have too much things here, so I have to delete the extra excess. And that's how I model staircases, ladies and gentlemen. What I can do is, I don't know, I can... That's pretty odd. How can I add the live load to this? I think I have made a small mistake. I should have added the loads before I copied it. That's a lesson. So once again, if you stick until the end of the video, it seems that I keep messing up things, so it's good to watch. I'm also unhappy about this. I think I should connect this via a beam, but that's something for future me to worry about, because I need to recheck the twisting of the structure. Also, I need a thing here, which is basically the roof of the staircase. I have not done that, but well, that's an easy task in comparison to what we have done. So I think, yeah, I think everything is fine. And I need to add loads. Okay, so how do I do that? Well, I totally forgot what loads I have, so I go to load table. Now, there are codes that give you the live load for staircases. I'll just assume your live load similar to other ones, because I think that my live load was already exaggerated. I have done some live load reduction, and it turned out to be a bloody nightmare. But, okay, I'll just choose that because I'll take it. I think in the ASCE code, the load was 4. I'm not sure, I forgot. For now, I'll just add it, and then later I will check it, because my goal today is just to model the staircase. Now, a cool trick to select all the staircases is just to select like this. I went to top, and I selected this, and I have my entire staircase selected. So that's nice. And this shows you the superiority of Autodesk Robot when compared to other softwares. I go to my live load. There is also superimposed dead load, yeah. So I'll go to my live load, go to surface, add me a negative 4.7, and I'll add that, and apply. And I should see it any moment. There we go. I think we're done. I still need to add the dead loads, so I'll just go to my loads, load table, the trick I taught you before, and I'll go to the last load I added. I'll Control-C, Control-V this, so I copied it. I will change the case into a dead load and change the load here into 3. Some people told me that my load seems to be over the top, and I kind of agree, to be honest. I might have to modify the loads in the finalization stage, because we are approaching that, by the way. We are approaching the stage where we are finalizing our design, our modeling, because what remains is the ramp and the wind load and some considerations about the bridge here. But you can see that it's getting more enjoyable, I guess, because the structure is taking shape, and it's so satisfying to see a structure finally taking shape. Anyway, I think that I have achieved what I wanted to do. I know that's only one staircase. I will do the other one off screen, and what will be uploaded now is only this structure. But in the next video, I would have done it off screen, and in the next structure, you would have to see the full structure with both staircases. So yeah, that's everything I wanted to talk about today. I hope that you enjoyed. I want to give a huge staircase-sized shout out to our dear channel members whose names are going to be shown on the screen. I want to thank them from the bottom of my heart, as the support of the channel is priceless to me and enables me to provide you with the videos hopefully on time and with a certain quality I try to achieve, and for that I am proud and thankful. With that being said, and as per usual, I hope that you enjoyed the video and that you found it beneficial. Of course, if you have enjoyed the video, then please consider liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and so on, especially subscribing as a sacrifice to the YouTube algorithm. And with that being said, this is the Civil Engineering Essentials channel, and we'll catch you in the next video. Bye bye.